Summertime is already here, and the third quarter of 2026 is packed with a fantastic lineup of Korean dramas to light up our screens. From historical demon action series to lightheart romance comedy dramas, there's surely something to look forward to this season. So settle down, grab your popcorn, and let's dive into the most anticipated Korean dramas airing from July to September you definitely need to keep on your radar. Starting our list is the Netflix historical drama, The Scandal.
내 성공하면 어찌하시려고?
상을 드려야지요. 9개서 원하는 무엇이든.
Set in the late Joseon era, this series follows the story of a cunning noblewoman who secretly resents the strict rules of society that keeps women powerless. However, everything changes when our female lead discovers her husband plans to take an innocent widow as his concubine and proposes a reckless bet to a notorious playboy, a man who doesn't believe in love and treats romance like a sport. Starring Sun Ye-jin, Jichangwook, and Nana in the lead roles. If you're into historical dramas that explores themes of power, temptation, and psychological tension, then with a total of just 8 episodes, you should definitely add this to your watch list.
내 성공하면 어찌하시려고?
상을 드려야지요. 9개서 원하는 무엇이든.
Moving on is a romance comedy drama, Our Sticky Love.
상시증입니다. 지문 확인도 어려워서. 내가 누군지 모르겠어? 네 남자친구.
분명히 혼자라다고 되게.
우린 산에서 만났어.
미치겠네. 말이 안 되는데?
Starring Jung Hae-in and Ha Young as our main leads, this series follows the story of a brilliant prosecutor who wakes up with no memory of who she is after a tragic accident, only to find herself living under the same roof with a small-town boxing coach who calmly and very confidently claims to be her boyfriend. However, what begins as a strange living arrangement between our main leads gradually shifts into a hilarious and heartwarming romance. Set against the backdrop of the countryside, Our Sticky Love blend fan-favorite tropes like fake dating, amnesia, and forced cohabitation.
한마디로 엿된 거네요? 나? 남자친구가 아닐 수가 있다니까요?
Following that is a psychological thrilling drama, Mousetrap.
3년 만에 기어 나왔네, 이 쥐새끼 같은 놈이.
Starring Ryu Jun-yeol and the screen legend Sul Kyung-gu in the lead roles, Mousetrap follows the story of a desperate man who has his identity, fortune, and even his name stolen by a mysterious figure. With nothing left to lose, our male lead teams up with a ruthless loan shark as they set out to track and uncover the dangerous underworld of crime in order to reclaim his identity. Based on a popular webtoon, The Rat is scheduled to release in the third quarter on Netflix and is definitely one to add to your watch list.
3년 만에 기어 나왔네, 이 쥐새끼 같은 놈이.
Guys, a quick reminder, if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, be sure to do that right now. If you have done that, let's get back into the list. Up next is the workplace romance drama, My Bias, My Boss. Based on the popular webtoon of the same name, this series follows the story of an ultimate fangirl who lands a job at a fashion startup, hoping to finally meet her favorite idol. However, things don't go the way she planned, and instead of getting closer to her bias, she ends up catching the attention of the company's cold and handsome CEO, starring Kim Hee-jun and Kang Hoon in the lead roles. This series is set to air with a total of just 12 episodes, airing every Monday and Tuesdays, and will also be available for streaming on HBO Max for international fans.
최애 보러 콘서트가? 난 최애 보러 출근한다.
Moving on is a romance melodrama, A Love Other Than Yours, starring Seo Kang-jun and An Yoon-jin in the lead roles. This series follows the story of two people who have been together for almost 10 years and finally decide to get married. However, just when everything seems to fall into place, unexpected new love interest enters into their lives, making them question their feelings for each other. Premiering on Wave and Prime Video with a total of 14 episodes, this series looks at the everyday struggle of a long-term relationship, showing how feelings change over time and how even the strongest couples can face moments of doubt. Following that is a youth romance drama, Four Hands.
양bio. 안녕.
Set in a prestigious arts high school, this series follows the story of two gifted young musicians whose lives become connected through music, rivalry, and first love as they chase their dream for music from teenagers into adults. The main idea of the story comes from a piano technique where two people play on a single piano together, strongly focusing on the music and the close relationship between our male leads. Starring Song Kang, Lee Jun-young, and Jang Yu-ri in the lead roles, Four Hands is slated to air with a total of just 12 episodes. Also adding to the lineup is a workplace fantasy drama, The Ordinary Jackpot. Based on the webtoon of the same name, this series follows the story of an ordinary salesman whose life suddenly changes after winning a massive lottery worth 1.3 billion won. However, instead of quitting his job and living a luxurious life, our male lead decides to continue working as usual while facing everyday office life with a completely new mindset. Starring Lee Jun-hyuk, Seo Yeon-woo, and Oh Dae-hwan in the lead roles, The Ordinary Jackpot is set to air with a total of 10 episodes, streaming on HBO Max for international fans. Moving on is a period romance drama, Love on the Menu.
착한데 귀엽고 예쁘다니까 이게 말이 되니?
나 그냥 잘 산다고. 아니, 잘 사는 정도가 아니라 재벌이라고 확 다 까버릴까?
아무것도 아니다. 별거 아니다.
누구한테나 그렇게 잘해주고 친절합니까?
This series follows the story of a successful chef and restaurant owner who once fell in love but got his heart broken when his girlfriend suddenly disappeared without explanation. However, years later, both our main leads find themselves crossing paths once again, forcing them to confront the memories, regrets, and unanswered emotions they left behind. Starring Ha Seok-jin and An Hee-yeon in the lead roles, Love on the Menu is set to premiere with a total of 50 episodes, airing every Saturday and Sundays, and will also be available for streaming on Netflix and Wave for international fans.
내가 나쁜맘 먹으면 무진씨 붙잡고 안 놔줄 수도 있어요. 그러니까 하늘이 도왔다 생각하고 얼른 도망가요.
싫어요. 도망 안 가요.
Following that is a historical fantasy drama, The East Palace.
지칠 시간이 없어. 넌 누구냐?
This fantasy historical drama follows the story of a skilled ghost slayer with the rare ability to travel to the spirit world. Joining him is a court lady with the unique ability to hear ghosts. Summoned by the king, both our main leads are tasked with eliminating the dangerous spirit plaguing the royal palace, while uncovering the truth behind a growing curse threatening the crown prince. Starring Nam Joo-hyuk, Ro Yoon-seo, and Cho Sung-woo in the lead roles. The East Palace is set to air with a total of just 8 episodes, promising to be an intense ride you definitely don't want to miss.
난 귀의 세계로 들어가 귀신들을 찾아가겠소.
Premiering next is an action mystery drama, A Bonafide Killer.
제가 육아휴직 기간이 끝나서
드디어 복귀했네 우리 팀 에이스.
속보입니다. 킹피셔가 돌아온 것이 아닌지.
진짜 킹피셔야? 100% 킹피셔.
유리 엄마 워킹맘이었어?
지켜야 돼.
Based on the popular Kakao webtoon, this series follows the story of an ordinary working mother who returns to work after a 3-year maternity leave and quietly resumes her double life as a skilled assassin working for a secret organization. However, things get even more complicated as her journalist husband slowly gets closer to uncover her hidden identity. Starring Gong Hyo-jin and Jung Joon-won in the lead roles, this series is set to air with a total of just 14 episodes, streaming on Wave in the third quarter of 2026.
이걸 잘 안 써봐서. 너 평소에도 우리 태상이 집안일 시키니? 어머니 죄송해요.
Also adding to the lineup is the second season of the action-packed drama Flex X Cop.
사건이에요.
네가 잡은 두목 살인범이었어.
용감한 심장 그런 거 받는 건가?
넌 경찰이 될 거야. 벌써 위선까지 얘기 다 끝내놨어.
Bringing back the chaos, chemistry, and high-energy investigation from the first season, this series follows the story of a third-generation chaebol as he rejoins the Violent Crimes Unit after completing his police academy training. However, instead of an easy welcome, our male lead gets assigned to work under a strict team leader who once trained him brutally at the academy. Starring An Bo-hyun and Jung Eun-chae in the lead roles, the second season of Flex X Cop is set to air with a total of just 14 episodes, promising even more intense action, sharper comedy, and unpredictable teamwork than the first season.
자, 진정들 하세요. 제가 경찰입니다.
And finally is the anticipated return of the second season for A Shop for Killers.
세안이 갑니다.
정신만 촬영은 안 할 거예요. 잘 들어 삼촌.
Based on Kang Ji-young's original novel, this hit action series picks up after the events of the first season, as our female lead continues to protect her late uncle's secret weapons shop from dangerous people who will do anything to get their hands on it. In this new season, our female lead gets pulled into a deadly game that begins during her university days, where she discovers a suspicious app used for underground services and once again becomes a target for deadly assassins targeting her. Starring Kim Hye-jun and Lee Dong-wook reprising their lead roles, the second season is set to premiere with only just 8 episodes and would be available to stream on Disney+.
여길 차지하겠다고 계속 덤빈다면 여기서 다 죽게 될 거야.
And that is all for now. Which of these shows are you looking forward to the most? Do tell me in the comments below. Now, if you enjoyed this video, why not check out our list of some upcoming dramas of 2026 and make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Hope you had fun, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.